I was not actually thinking about making a video about this subject because it's very, very sensitive. But I went ahead and go it because a friend of mine called me yesterday, and from and when the first thing I told him, I said I fell, and the next thing he was saying was that since you've been back to Nigeria now for the past 1.5 years or so, you should have already got a companion, opposite sex, to be or a girlfriend or a prospect for a wife, stuff like that. So I told him, I said, I did have a girlfriend that didn't, that I was studying very carefully, but find out that she was not actually interested in me. And I referenced Basanjo's wife, that age comparedness. I told him that I would have loved to have a wife like that on that same profile, because at my age, if I have a woman who doubles her age and the person fall in love with me, which I'm now going to have to make corrections on because I've seen it on Facebook, people saying that women don't fall in love. They are looking for a something to that they can survive on. That's why they are with you. They don't really fall in love. And I'm also noticing that it is. It's, I fell in love. I'm gonna go on the record on that. I did, but women fell in love with me before I fell in love with them. And when you're using the word love, that's when I'm saying that my profile that I have for a companion that would have worked is because of I'm looking at Obasanjo's age and the woman that he's married to right now. Same thing if you look at Robert Murdoch, that owner of New York Times or Wall Street Journal and all that. He marries women who are in a way, way younger than him. It's like what you call a portmanteau, a box. Or you look at Alan Greenspan, the former um, central bank chairman. He had a wife that doubled his age. So, I mean, we want to drive that home side that in what do you call them in France, the president there, a guy married a wife who probably double his age because himself was a pupil, was a student under the girl, and they got married. Even though I did hear that there was Trump was throwing some hard words at the fact that they were not able to iron out their differences in the private and they brought it to the public. That's because they're in love, and that's what the guy said, and I agree with that. Okay, the reason I'm bringing this, I decided to run this video through is because if you guys are out there and you find yourself where you don't have no children, you don't have no, you 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 waste you pretty much had you invested in you went the opposite of what other people are going through. And if you are as happy as I am not to have had children, which I think at this point in time, the girl I was talking about, if the person was in love with me because of the profile, I wouldn't have mind carrying them as a portmanteau. But I cannot allow a person who doesn't fall in love with me to hang out, eat out, drink out, smoke out. without having any. Uh, I don't mind if they fake it to say, okay, I'm just going to manage you, but they had to show that there is love between both me and them before I was able to go further. So I'm going to try to upload this video and say that at one point in time, and I had to add this to it because if I don't add it to it, I will be doing a disservice. When I was growing up, I did not have a way to reach young girls that were around me, even though I had a whole mansion to myself. It wasn't like the property, but I was the owner of the whole house, 24 hours a day, 7 days. So the only thing is that the girls around area wanted me to talk them into being with me, to make them feel that I wanted them. And I couldn't do that. I saw a lot of young people around me doing that because their father has the father provide the food, mother provides the food, and then the kid, the other girl's father provides the food, and they now wants to see, okay, there are two big family, let us mesh together, stuff like that. Let us go together. But I couldn't do that because my dad was not there. But I waited, and on the long run, I did get to a point where some people, after I've already worked very hard, made themselves available. I won't say they fell in love, and then so we started having what you call, you know, whatever it is. But at the time I was leaving, I made it clear that to the people that I was with that I was not going to tolerate any act of indiscipline with them because they were not, they were doing everything with me privately, but publicly they were clean, but they still have some blemishes that I said, if I leave for the US, I'm not going to allow you to come to me, to come and be with me in the US because I can't trust you. So when I got to America, I had the same replica, somebody who wanted me to become what I don't want to become. So the person that fell in love, and when it didn't work, I moved on. But I did have my thing that I wanted to do, which is overcoming my bottleneck. So at the time I got back, went out of school to go and work, to pay my bills and come back, I, and I saw a girl who literally wanted to, who had what you call a double-edged sword. Me and them were almost on the same level, but I wasn't ready to settle down too, so I had to leave that behind. So when I got back to school again, I fell in love for the first time. And it felt really strange because I did some damage to the person psychologically. And the person has not been able to overcome it to the point where they can't even use the school, small little village where we're in the university, as part of their academic resume. So I'm saying that I've, if you want to fall in love the way I fall in love, and fall in love the way Taylor Swift fall in love, the one that just got married to that footballer. Fall in love with all your eyes open, all your nose are breathing, all your mouth are open, all your head are clear, everything is there, all your faculties are functioning properly. Don't go and fall in love with with thinking that sex was going to sustain you guys. That's not what it is. Falling in love means you fall in love and let the person you are falling in love with knows that that's what it is. If they want to stay with you, they stay with you. They don't want to stay with you, you don't going to have anything to lose. You will have a breaking heart. They may not have a breaking heart, but when they have the epiphany that you were there 24 hours and somebody they'll not want to come back to you. So the lesson I want to tell you now is fall in love, your eyes open, your nose open, which is the way I did it. And that's what I just repeated now in the past. In my presence, in my return back to Nigeria, in which the guy was, my friend was asking me, are you Why don't you have somebody, girlfriend, future wife, and stuff like that? I said, I did. But if the person is not in love with me, I can't make them to fall in love with me. If they are not in love with me and they are around me, getting some perks around me, then if that might be just be the only reason why they're around to get something from me. Which, and I've already said that. It says so a lot of women don't even fall in love anyway, and a lot of men don't even fall in love. But there's what you call that knock, Pussy, and DICK fight. And I want to start there. It's 234-70-336-27981. azimikoko@gmail.com. I am a success story, and I'm going to put this one as part of the fact that if you are going through some difficulties in life, you're going to need to watch this video, which are what you call chronicle, wisdom chronicle. If you are going through difficulty and you are having struggle with problem in life, remember that there is nobody that doesn't go through it. It just depends on whether you are able to be solid. You understand what I'm saying now? You have to be solid. Even though we have about 8 billion people on earth, there's still room for what you call, you have to be solid enough to be able to reach the next level. So if you go into difficulty, remember to go and take a watch at this video. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.